So you saw me head to Hiroshima after a tiresome day exploring Osaka for the very last time. Then the day after, immediately head over to Miyajima, an incredibly famous and scenic island nearby. Only because there was an observation deck there and that day was the only day with good weather in that week. So because of that, I had yet to explore the actual city of Hiroshima. So that's what I'm going to do in the next few episodes. But in this video specifically, as we visit the main strip of Hiroshima, a castle, and have one of the best ramen experiences I've ever had in Japan. Damn. We foggy tonight, boys. We foggy tonight. Oof. Oh, man. Yeah, I thought it wouldn't look as good, like when it's cloudy. It looks actually spectacular. But we got this cup noodles that we bought from the convenience store last night. I just want to try it out. Also, I didn't really feel like I knew this morning would be rough because yesterday was crazy. Yesterday, if you haven't checked out those videos or that video or whatever. Oh man, I don't know. I'm getting to a point where every day is getting more tired and have less energy just because I've been overseas for so long, like more than a month, and been doing shit every day. So even though it didn't feel like it did too much yesterday, I still got really tired. I also got a donut. They sell donuts too down there. It's pretty cool. But yeah, no, like it's rainy today until I don't know 2 p.m. What I think it's 1 p.m. right now. We'll go out, we'll see some stuff, just a little bit of stuff, and then, yeah, I don't know. Dude, this chopstick, there's a toothpick. I don't know if you can see that. Oh no, there's a fucking toothpick in there. Oh, I just realized that. But yeah, even with the cloudiness, right, it still looks spectacular. I'm on, like, the highest floor that I've been on in a building or hotel in Japan, the 29th floor. It's very high up. It's like the tallest building. Oh, not quite, but it is one of the tallest buildings around this area, or at least where I'm situated. And the cloudiness through the mountains looks like an art piece. Like it literally looks like a painting. But yeah, we're here trying this cup noodle thing. Is that zooming in? Is that focusing? Can't really tell. It's got prawns. It's got whatever the fuck this is. There's no packet. You just pulled it. But I've always wanted to try this. But like I said, I wanted to stay in. And I didn't want to go out. Like just eat something and then come back. We'll eat something during the night though. But I've always wanted to try this because I don't know. It feels like the staple cup noodle brand here in Japan. Also, there's a museum I think dedicated to it. I don't actually know. It tastes pretty good, actually. I actually think it tastes better than I thought it would be. Like, but in Yokohama, there's a cup noodle museum. I didn't go, unfortunately, because I wasn't in Yokohama for very long at all. I don't know why. Yeah, tastes very good. Gonna eat this, gonna relax a bit. And then we'll head out. I'll see you out there. And so begins my first day actually exploring Hiroshima. And as you see my face here, I clearly look like I did not want to do anything at all. The last month and a week or so has been a truly hectic journey. And if you haven't checked out any of them leading up to this point, do yourself a favor and watch them because I'd hate to see you miss out on some quality content. But even though we were tired, we still see a fair bit this day as you will soon see. Alright, we're finally out. It's not raining as much anymore. It is 3 p.m. I feel very tired. I feel wasted. I think it might be due to the fact that I slept 8 hours yesterday. And while that might seem like a lot, I feel like I need to sleep a lot more for, such a crazy day like yesterday. But we're just walking around, walking around Hiroshima. I don't know when I'll get my big camera out. Maybe I will. Yeah, we're just gonna walk around and see some stuff. And the first place we were off to was, of course, the bomb shelter and memorial park.
as my hotel was situated conveniently close to them.
So there looks to be like an observation deck. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's got 3.9 stars, so it's not looking promising. There could be an observation deck in Hiroshima. I wouldn't doubt that there isn't, if that makes sense. You know what I'm trying to say. But I think my hotel room in and of itself is a great observation deck. So it has an overview of everything. So I don't need to see another one. Yeah, but looks like a skate park here. This is like a park area.
And not even 5 minutes later, we arrived at the most popular tourist spot of Hiroshima, the Atomic Bomb Dome, which is also next to the Peace Memorial Park and Historical Museum, and you'll soon see that this whole area is also very nice and scenic walk. If you guys aren't familiar with the history or haven't watched Oppenheimer, Hiroshima, along with Nagasaki, which we'll get to a bit later, were part of the US atomic bombings done towards the end of the Second World War. I read about it prior to coming here, and I will say I got a bit emotional. So many innocent lives lost, so it felt crazy to be stepping on a once destroyed city and seeing how modern everything looks nowadays. I said in the past how it was awesome to step on a bit of history whenever I'd reach the historical monuments, but this whole city was like a historical monument on its own, which is crazy to be there. No wonder people say you can do this as a day trip from Osaka. Everything's so close, like the main place, the monuments, like the historical stuff. Bruh, I fucking hate those dog cunts, eh? Fucking tour shites. Tell you what, this is a very nice, clean space. Very clean, very nice. I use my iPhone now because of the zoom. But look over here. Look over fucking there. Look at the line for the Peace Memorial thing, museum. Look at the line. And the school, like what? Yeah, the reason I complained about the tour buses was because I was afraid of tourists making it hard for the rest of us, and it brought me back some bad memories from Otaru. And as we arrive at the Peace Memorial Museum, that was the case, as the line looked like hell, so I first just had to wander around the area. So as you can see, the crowd's so big, so I'm gonna try to walk around a bit and then come back later. And as you saw, the whole place was very calming and beautiful in a way, as throughout the walk, you see many structures, such as this one, as a memorial and symbol to those in the past. Yeah, you read about stuff and see things about this place online, but it's not once you get there where it feels a bit more surreal. But we kept walking alongside the strip to see what else we could find. Alright, it's raining. Or drizzling. It's enough that it's staining my camera, so you know the drill. Gonna switch to my action camera, more convenient. But yeah, we're just walking right now. This area, it looks like there's an Odori Park. It's not really a Odori Park, I don't think, but it looks like one. Down this kind of road, we're just gonna walk, we're just gonna see what we can see, you know. You can see the most coolest things while walking, just remember that. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, look, the plan is, the museum closed at 7, I know close to that time, there's not gonna be a lot of people, so the plan is to go to that like late. We still have like 2 hours to kill, so I think I'm just gonna walk down here, maybe head to the castle too, but that is in the opposite direction. Yeah, like I said, everything in Hiroshima is like situated in that one spot. I think I did that place in like under an hour. Just looked at everything, cool statues. I heard that the museum, people like walk out crying or something because it's intense. And I want to feel that intensity. In fact, I'm pretty sure I told you guys, but I got a bit emotional reading about it too. Like some crazy story, like some 6-year-old going out to find burning bodies, like he was in hell. So like, I'll talk to you guys a bit about it later, but as we see, heading down the bridge, yeah, as we're walking through kind of a jungle, I I'm pretty sure my cameras do a good job of like isolating the noise. So it's really noisy right now. It sounds like you guys can't hear me, but I'm pretty sure you can. But yeah, I feel like you don't need to be a history buff to know much about like the stuff that happened in Hiroshima. I mean, I'm definitely not a history buff. I do appreciate history though, but I'm not a huge history buff. I don't really care too much, but this is something that, yeah, it's great. Like the first atomic bomb ever that striked here, and then Nagasaki. Like there's huge history behind it, and that's definitely what drags the attention of most tourists. In fact, everywhere you go throughout the stuff to see, it's just tourists. So it's kind of annoying. It really is, because it doesn't really feel like you're in Japan. It just feels like you're in fucking Eastern Europe. It doesn't look like there's much else over here, so I'm just gonna head back. It's a nice walk, but nice walk. But yeah, look, I watched Oppenheimer, so I guess that's why I'm kind of more into it. Although I didn't really like that movie that much. I wish there was more emotion behind the victims, and there was some towards the end that almost made me tear up. But yeah, I just needed more emotion. It's mainly about the creator, I guess. Please don't hate on me for that take. I know there are a lot of people who love that movie, but I just couldn't get into it. I'm sorry. So this whole place is called Peace Boulevard, which I think is a really nice touch. It says so on Google Maps. But yeah, we're gonna head to the castle now because, yeah, I think good to kill two birds with one stone. So I'll see you there. But to get to that place, since it was on the other side, we had to cross over the Peace Park once again. Bro, that's crazy. See what I mean? I feel like I'm playing Zelda with all these shrines that you collect in Japan. Oh, wow. This waterfall is very, very nice. Why is it not waterfalling? What the hell? This whole area is very clean and very, very nice. You know, it's crazy how when I'm at the hotel, right, when I just wake up, like I said, I felt so tired as soon as, like, at the start when I got out. It's crazy how much better you feel on the road when you're actually looking at stuff. At least in the open like this, you know. You can say that again, especially when entering a new city for the very first time. Exploring it, it's like that excitement just energizes you. I don't know how to explain it better than that. But as we made it back to the bomb shelter, I found something I did not expect to find at all. And I saw many people, tourists and locals alike, just stare and probably surprised seeing that here as well. Like I said, you find the most random things just walking. I swear some guy just cringed at him. Halfway through, I heard really loud sirens and some police were doing something that I unfortunately didn't catch, but didn't want to since I didn't want to risk getting in trouble. Alright, we're walking to the castle now. The best thing about my hotel is its location. It is literally at the center of everything. We got the castle to the north, we got a sports stadium to the northwest. We have, and then towards the southwest, we have the bombing, the Peace Park, the memorial stuff, the historical sites. But then again, you pay a premium. I think honestly though, this might be the best hotel that I've stayed in Japan and will be staying in. There it is, right there. But yeah, best, probably best. It's definitely the highest floor, which is nice. It actually feels like a hotel, whereas a lot of the others, like Sapporo, okay, it was a nice hotel, right? Probably the most expensive one I paid for, actually, but it was the most Japanese, and but it was too compact, and it wasn't really a high-floored hotel. Hakodate, let's not even get started about that. Hotel Vista Sendai was, it's one of the small, more cheaper hotels. Good, but cheaper. Tokyo Rem was the only thing good about Rem Roppongi was the view. Section L was amazing. You could cook. You had your own restaurant. This one right now. Oh, this is an art museum. Yeah, section L was really nice. The view was good. You had a view of the sky tree, but that was it, you know. And it was a pretty compact room. It was good, but definitely not as good as this, you know. Not really high floor. Kyoto's and Osaka's match this one, but this one still beats it. Yeah, what I will say is that it feels very old and it feels less clean. Even though it is clean, it has that feeling. Oh, hot damn. Look at that, damn. My hotel room was a smoking room, so that's kind of the reason why. But we made it to a really nice underground walkway that led you directly to the castle, which was made possible by very convenient English signs wherever you go. So that's a sports stadium, the one you see from my hotel room. And here we are, the castle. Well, not quite yet. We first entered the castle grounds, which was a really nice open area with a scenic walk through some sort of park, as well as an area with some shops and shrines. It's a nice walk. Get into the castle over there. I'm sure you saw the castle grounds as well as the castle through my hotel room view in the previous episodes, as at the very end of our walk laid the castle, which was also known as one of Japan's big three back in the day and was very prominent in Western Japan, but was also bombed during the end of World War II. And very similar to the Osaka one, you were able to enter as well as see the whole city through an observation deck up there. Tickets were very specific and costed 370 yen for an adult, and very similar to the other one we went to, they turned this place into a very interesting historical museum where you can even find its mascot, I believe, in the first floor. This castle definitely wasn't as impressive or as large as Osaka's one. There were no lifts, only stairs. However, if you're in the city, it's still a must visit in my opinion. And what made it even better was the observation deck at the very top floor, which felt even more cramped. And while the views weren't the best in Japan from a castle standpoint, you still had 360 views of the whole area. And if you're not someone like me who has the best observation deck from literally just inside your hotel room, then right here is one of your best bets. I seemed to immediately hit the observation deck when I entered, so I spent the rest of the time seeing what each of the floors had to offer, which seemed to showcase Japan's samurai culture and the history of the castle town. I also heard that apparently there's also a hands-on area where visitors can try samurai armor, helmets, and other clothing. But I wasn't really interested in that since it felt more like a tourist gimmick. There's no way that kind of stuff was not a replica, right? So after seeing some traditional interior decorations at the end and a shop that I unfortunately didn't see a key ring to add to my collection, but probably should have bought something anyway, we left. And while yes, I could see this place incredibly clear just out of the comfort of my hotel room as you saw, being up close and personal was also a great experience. Alright, that was fun. Whole place I don't think should take more than an hour. I think I only took like not even like 30 minutes, 40. It depends how long you go in the museum in the castle, which is pretty cool how they've like kind of restored it to be like a museum, like made it really modern. But yeah, I mean, worth the admission price, $3 something, $4 to get in. Cool, you know, really cool experience. But that's pretty much it. It's just an experience. I think I have a better view of it from my hotel room window. But what can you say? Like, I still wanted to go in and see it at least and take some photos, which I did. Definitely not to the extent that a Osaka castle was. The amount of people and the amount of things to see, because every castle kind of feels the same. It's kind of like it wrapped around by like a riverbed. It looks really nice, really scenic. This one is probably half the size of Osaka, or even like 40%, I'd say. And when I mean hotel room, I mean right in one of those windows. Can't believe it's taken me now, a month later, to finally have this here. We're completing places of interest, like trophies on PlayStation. And as it got close to closing time, I saw on Google that the Peace Memorial Museum wasn't getting any less busy. I think I'm gonna go another day, because I'm starting to really hate people. When there's crowds, there's children, it's a Saturday, I just don't want to deal with it. And now I feel like that is the main point of interest here in Hiroshima, and it's the place I'd probably go to just to see the museum, see the crazy shit, like apparently people cried in there and shit, like crazy stuff like that. I don't want to deal with it right now. We're walking to some kind of place here. It looks nice. Just gonna walk around. The plan is, I don't actually know, but it's so good that I'm in Hiroshima for 5 days. Well, technically it's around 4-ish, 4.5. If you want to be technical, because I did spend half a day in Osaka on the day that I arrived in Hiroshima, which meant I didn't do anything. But that's enough. Like, most people spend 2 days here. I've already felt like I've seen everything. I mean, if you want to see everything in like the center of Hiroshima, the castle, the Peace Memorial Park, everything like that, that shit takes half a day. That shit takes not even 3 hours, 2 hours. Like, or you just need to walk. In fact, taking the train or the subway around these places costs more, and you don't even say, you save 1 minute. Like, I think you get the best view of the castle from up here. Damn. Oh, that's sick. So that's my hotel, as you can see. I don't know which floor I'm at. I think I'm on, I don't know. But this is what I see from my room. So this is like an art museum or something, I don't know. And then this is a football stadium. Look at that. Legit the tallest building in this area, my hotel. Why do I hear sirens? Everywhere I'm in Japan, I just hear sirens all the fucking time. I actually know if you can go inside the stadium. Either way, I wouldn't be able to play if you wanted to. Probably. I would be down. I miss for playing football so much. But here right now, or what I see in my hotel room, there's literally a map, and it shows you where all the places of interest are around the hotel room. And that's the best thing about that hotel, is that it's so convenient, but you pay for the convenience. So I paid 1,280 for 5 nights, which is significantly, it's like $400 technically more expensive than Osaka and Kyoto one, which is definitely more. But they're building something here. It won't get completed until 2024. Wait, we are in 2024. Yeah, but I don't know what it is, but it's not getting done now yet. Yeah, like I was saying, Hiroshima is the place where I can just relax more, because even my dad, like, he was in Japan, right, for like 4 years. He didn't go to Hiroshima, but like, he knows about Japanese shit, and when he found out I was going to Hiroshima for 5 days, he was like, 5 days, that's a bit long. And that's it, generally. Like, a lot of people, right, just spend like a day trip from here, from like Osaka or something, and you can do that, you know, it's good. You can see the major sites just with 1 day. But I did 5 days because, first of all, Miyajima 1 day, that fucked me the whole day. 8 hours, 9 hours yesterday. Was fun though. And then 1 day, another day in Okayama, which means 2 days I'm not going to spend in Hiroshima. So technically I only have 2.5 days in Hiroshima. So you see, that's why I'm in Hiroshima 5 days, because I want to do stuff outside. But even if you've done, you know, Miyajima, the most popular stuff, Miyajima and okay, or like anything, there's a lot of stuff to do outside of Hiroshima, the city, like Kure and some other small towns around there. So you might be like, oh, well, I have all this time in Hiroshima, why don't I hit those up, you know? And I could, but I just can't be bothered. I mean, I've already come to the conclusion that I'm not gonna see everything. You know, there's so much to see, right? There's so much to see. Like, literally everywhere is stuff to see. You know, like you can't see fucking everything. So I'm just gonna take it easy. You know, I'm nearing the end. It's been a crazy journey. You know, I'm just gonna see Hiroshima, and besides, tomorrow's raining, so it sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, thankfully right now it's not raining at all. I'm fine with a little bit of drizzle, but the problem is a little bit of drizzle means I can't really bring out my big camera, which is a shame. But I think that's God's way of telling me, hey, we're gonna give you a day to relax. Because even if I take tomorrow off, I still have time, like, to see Hiroshima on my last day, you know, go to Okayama on Monday, you know. So I think it's a good idea to take a break, because I don't think I've had a day of like not going out since literally more than a month ago. Damn right, as you see the Hiroshima Castle in all its glory. What a great cinematic shot. But correct me if I'm wrong, since I've created so much content, but the last time I took a full day off and just stayed in was in one of my days in Sapporo, and that's because I was feeling kind of sick. The rest of the days have been either full days or half days. But even with that being said, I still do something tomorrow. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. That's my hotel, I think. And that was pretty much all we saw in Hiroshima this day. Very simple. But we were nearing the end of our trip, and even though I will put my hands up and say that Osaka and Hiroshima were probably the two cities I stayed in that I later realized I didn't make the most use of, I was just there to see the main stuff, and I still end up being overall satisfied in this city, which you'll soon find out a bit later. For now though, we go explore a bit more of the city area, past our hotel, and then we head to the station, to not take the train, but rather get through to the other street. This place smells so good. My stomach feels empty, I need to eat something ASAP. And where do we go eat? Not Korean food, burgers, Mexican food, none of that shit. Instead, we go to a popular ramen chain known as Ichiran, which is also known for the restaurant that always has a line. Thankfully, Hiroshima wasn't as busy as Osaka, and it only took a 30-ish minute wait or something. And I liked how Japan was so first-timer friendly, with this place literally having a board of instructions, which was super handy. And get ready guys, because this has to be one of the best Japanese ramen experiences I have ever had. The line seemed always packed. At first we ordered on a machine with a very simple menu. If you know me, you know I love variety, but this place showed me that sometimes simplicity is best. After you paid in the machine, you received food tickets, and I was invited into a stall. We had to ring a bell and hand the attendant the tickets when we were ready for our order as well. And on the sides of the stall were like a whole bunch of materials. Almost felt like I was taking a high school exam or something. There was paper which you fill out ramen preferences, like how much garlic, how spicy, even the texture of the noodles. And this place would be extremely good for a shy solo traveler or someone with social anxiety, because you legit didn't even have to talk to the attendants. Just hand them the tickets, and if you have any special requests, there are these unique panels that you can show them, which gave me quite a laugh. And the food was even better. Oh my god, I honestly think it might have been the best ramen I have ever had. If not, then top 3 most definitely. The experience was also amazing, with free filtered water from a tap I believe, and with a feeling like a very traditional Japanese experience with the solo stalls. The food was so good, I had to order like another refill of noodles, which you can also ask for with another sheet of paper. Or, I don't know if there was the menu item I chose, but it included a free refill, so I made use of that. I most definitely made use of that. I even finished it off with a fantastic matcha almond pudding with green tea sauce for dessert, which was a great way to round off the excellent meal and cleanse my palate. Amazing experience. And oh man, you know what's crazy? I'm here watching these clips talking about it, and I could almost remember back to how it tasted, which only happens to those meals that were just truly memorable for me, and this place most definitely was. I don't know how this place differs depending on the Ichiran joint that you go to, but the place I went to in Hiroshima was bomb. That was one of the best things I've ever done. And it was fun walking around the city, which looked very modern. I loved it. Wish I could have done more, but oh well. That's one of the downsides of being overseas for so long. But next up, we just had a walk around. But most importantly, I needed to get some fruit and was in search of a supermarket since, you know what they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor at bay, or something like that, I don't know. And it was great walking around like I was living there. But as soon as I got to the fruit, bro, they were so expensive. I'll get to that a bit later, but that's one thing I've learned and one thing to keep in mind if you want to travel here. Fruit, at least the ones that I came across, was so expensive for some reason. But we finally made it back to the hotel. Making my way back home, back to my hotel in Hiroshima. First class, baby. Everyone's lining for that elevator, but for the people, the executive people on the 22nd floor and above, I think it is. And we are back at the hotel. Oh man, that was a quick 4 hours-ish, or 5 hours, I don't know. But let me just say, can I just say something? Why the hell is fruit so expensive in Japan? Like, I bought 6 apples. You guys know how much I spent for apples. I've mentioned this before. But I just spent... How much I spent? Like 14 Australian dollars for 6 apples. That's fucking incredible. They're decent sized apples. And they taste pretty good, I bet. But goddamn, that's one downside about Japan, is that fruit is so expensive. I saw literally 6 strawberries for $8. Like, it's fucking absurd. Jeez. But let me just say, Japan, other than that though, you've been amazing. And honestly, I haven't felt this too much because, like I said, I think I previously stated, once I got to Japan, my experience, my initial impressions of Sapporo and then Tokyo weren't the best. Japan definitely takes more getting used to than South Korea, at least from my experience. I definitely still prefer South Korea just because I love Korean food more. But that's not to say Japan's not great, you know. I would have been happy in South Korea, let's be honest. But today, walking down the streets, the city of Hiroshima, trying that Ichiran ramen place, I just felt so much in Japan. It was such a great fucking experience, okay? If you guys are in Japan, don't sleep on the lines, okay? At least stand in one line, at least wait 30 minutes to 60 minutes for a restaurant. Because the experience, right? All of the lines that I've stood in, I haven't just stood in this ramen line, I've stood in others. The food has been really good. I think I stood in that line. It's definitely less than the Osaka one, I'll give you that one much, because the Osaka one was more in a district with a lot of people. But this one I stood in for 30 minutes, give or take, and waited around about just 40 minutes around, just for the food to come as well. But even, you guys know me. I think I've talked about this before. I'm not that big of a fan of Japanese ramen, okay? At home, I would always eat Korean ramen, even Chinese ramen, I think is better. They do spicy things way better. And I'm definitely not a simple guy. I like a lot of variety in my foods. You know, I mean, I'm in Japan, I'm going to many cities. You see my streams, I play a lot of games. I do a lot of stuff. I love variety. And that comes with food too. I'm not a meat, cheese, bread type of guy. I like a lot vegetables and a lot of stuff in my burgers. I'm not that simple. But with that being said,
This place, Ichiran Ramen, is like the exact opposite of what I just said. And even then, I still fucking enjoyed it to pieces. Okay, let me just run you through down this, okay? So there's not a lot, right? It's a very simple shop. They do noodles, like the normal ramen that everyone gets. Noodles, green onions, broth, and meat. That's it. No mushrooms, no seaweed. You can add extra, so this is why I say to you guys, like, I recommend you guys to, like, don't rush through the ordering process, because there's some extras you can add, albeit not as much as I would have hoped. Like, I thought in the ramen there would be, like, some radish or some vegetables, like bok choy or something, but I don't even think that was an extra option. So, you know, it was a very simple thing, but they did it so well. Like, you saw how clean like, normally when I go eat noodles, especially if it's spicy, I don't drink all the broth. I don't drink all the broth because I'm like, oh, maybe they added some MSG or extra salt or extra stuff, or it's like too spicy. This one, the broth was so fucking good. The noodles were so fucking good. I added like a refill, although I think I got the refill for free. I chose the refill free one or whatever the fuck. But either way, like, that was so delicious. I would be happy. Like, that was worth staying in line for 40 minutes ish. That 100% worth. Like, that was fucking incredible. And I would be happy eating that every day, every single day. Not even kidding. Eventually I'll get sick of it probably, but every second day, like every week having that, I would be very happy. So that was a very good experience. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, the whole experience, you know, like, you gotta experience standing in line. It's part of Japanese culture, because I don't know if it's too popular, or there's not enough stalls in the place, or it's too touristy, so it's, you know, popular, or a combination of all of it. It could be a combination of all of it. But, yeah. But let me just run you down it, okay? Ichiran Ramen. I basically got 1.75 times a normal amount of ramen. The broth was the same. I added, add extra protein, because they gave me, like the char siu or the meat that was provided, was only like 2 pieces. It was nothing. So add extra if you want extra, and even the extra didn't do it to me. But let me just run you down. $20 Australian-ish for green matcha dessert, right? And the bowl of ramen plus extra meat plus literally another serving of noodles. I ain't even gonna front. Like, seriously, it legit felt like I got 2 servings of the same ramen for $20. That is a fucking steal. Like, I felt so complete after that. The only thing, like I said, that it's, you know, it's that it's not very, like, there's not a variety. I think there's no drinks. Like, I think the only drink was water. The water tasted fucking phenomenal, let me just say. I think it's like a filtered water tap. Oh my god, the water tasted absolutely incredible. No, like, disgusting or flavor, or no, you know, flavor that you get from tap water. It literally just tasted like nothing but pure H2O. Very hydrating. It's just that it was a little cold, if I was to nitpick. But yeah, they had that and green tea. So not a whole lot of variety, but, like, they do the simple shit. Like, if you're a simple person, you will love that place. And even me, not being a simple person, with me, like, liking a lot of variety in my shit, I still love that place. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to have it again, but that was great. Great end. That's it for today. I know it's a very short day. I didn't do too much. I know I could go to a club or whatever. I'm too shy, bro. I'm a shy boy, okay? With social anxiety and social awkwardness. Maybe I'll go to a bar and club in Nagasaki, Fukuoka, because that will be at the end of my journey. But for now, Hiroshima will be the place where I rest, recover. It's been an insane ride. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't watched any of my previous videos, do that, because I've been through fucking hell and back some days. But yeah, I will see you tomorrow eventually. I don't know, but the plan tomorrow, it's raining the whole day, so, and there's football matches that I want to watch, so tomorrow I might just regenerate. I feel like I still have enough days to, like, you know, see the rest of Hiroshima. I do wish I was here longer though, so I do recommend Don't do Hiroshima in 2 days. Every major city in Japan needs at least 5 days. That's what I think. To not burn yourself out, basically. But yeah, oh my arm, this camera is heavy. Okay, I will see you in the next video.